Are you in a long distance relationship or are you about to be and you're wondering if you should just break up now or try and make things work? Well, don't worry, I've got you covered in this video where I'll be answering if these relationships can actually work. And the answer isn't as simple as you may think. I'm James King and I'm here to teach you how to blow a woman's mind inside and outside the bedroom. So straight up, can long distance work? No. And yes, but it all comes down to your relationship blueprint. Now, some of you will thrive in long distance relationships, while others it will be next to impossible for. So how do you know if this is a right fit for you? Well, you have to be pretty aware of who you are and what your needs are in a relationship if you do want things to work out. So let's look at a few things. The simplest way to break this down is by looking at the 5 love languages. If you or your partner's main love language is physical touch, long distance is going to be extremely hard on one or both of you. In my experience, when we have both had this as our main love language, things haven't really worked out. There's just no real substitute for the love you receive and give through physical touch. All the other love languages have workarounds that you can focus on that won't diminish the relationship, and I'll go through all of that shortly. But first things first, you have to consider, how long have you been in this relationship? How deep is the connection? And can you both see yourselves doing this long term and indefinitely? And can you see a future? If you are unsure of these factors, you may end up ultimately wasting each other's time and emotions for months or years, with one or both of you feeling resentment for that. But let's say you've agreed it can work. You know you want to be together and will do whatever it takes to make it last. How do you do that? Well, it comes down to 3 simple things you need to focus on. First, you need to know the ending. What I mean by this is you have to have an idea on how long the time apart will be and what happens afterwards. For instance, if you were going away for work for 12 months in New York and your partner is staying in California, what happens after? Is there a promotion you're going for that could have you permanently relocate to New York? If that happens, will your partner follow you now that things are cemented, or vice versa? There's no point trying if one of you wants to permanently relocate after this period and the other one isn't open to it at all. So be aware of what you're trying to achieve by the end. Now, say that you've had this talk and know that you can be together at the end of this time. You also need to plan when you are going to be seeing each other in between. This countdown acts as a light at the end of the tunnel. As humans, we don't deal with the unknown very well, and not knowing when you're going to see each other next, or if it's a ridiculously long time in the future, we get discouraged and we may feel it's not worth it. But if you plan to meet up somewhere in the middle, or one of you will make the full trip once a month or every couple of months, it gives you that solace and peace of mind, and it's something to look forward to, knowing you will be together again soon. Okay, now before I jump into the second and third points, if you have found some value in this video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to get notified when I release new videos that could help you in your sex life and your relationships. And if you're currently doing long distance, drop a comment below how long you've been doing it and how often do you actually see your partner in person. Point number 2, you need strong, open and honest communication. Without this, everything else will fall apart. You need to be able to talk and express what is going on for you in terms of your relationship and the distance. And you also need to be able to listen to your partner's side of things as well. All you have is distance and communication between you. So this needs to be on point. You need to understand each other at deeper levels, such as knowing each other's love languages, knowing when your partner is stressed and upset, and what they need in these times. And really, just talk about anything and everything going on. Bring your partner into your world just like if you were there in person. It will give them the peace of mind and, in a small way, bridge the gap between you. And finally, point number 3, you need to make time for the relationship. Make sure you are jumping on calls throughout the week so that you can hear each other's voices, even if it is just for a few minutes. It can do wonders just hearing each other instead of reading a text message. And then also schedule in date nights each week so that that time is blocked out just for the 2 of you to do something together. I spoke about the love languages before, and here is how you can make it work with the different languages. Let's look at quality time. Each week on your date night, do something together that's more than just talking. You could cook a meal together on video chat. You could start a movie at the same time whilst on a call and watch and comment together. Or it could simply be a longer phone call once a week. Have fun with the different ideas and treat these dates like you are actually together and really get that quality time in. Now, words of affirmations. This one is easy as that's pretty much what you have, text and calls, but you might notice a little more insecurity with the distance. So you will really want to focus on making your partner feel loved and appreciated. You should know the things they like to know and hear from you. An important difference to note is that when you're in person, they may need okay, if we would put this into levels, say a level 4 or 5 in reassurance and affirmation. But when you're apart, it might be they need a bigger focus on this and it becomes more of a level 7 or level 8. So this is just a reminder for all of these, you do want to focus on communication with your partner and adapt as you go. Some weeks you might need more of something than others. And that's why the open and honest communication is so critical. Then you have acts of service. For this, you can either do things for your partner that doesn't really require you to be there, or you could utilize their friends and families or anyone that's close by to do things in your place as a service from you. It could be getting them to take your girlfriend out for a cute date for you, or be there for her while she's stressed. You'll have to get creative with this one. Gifts. This one's pretty easy. Sending gifts and treats has become easier and easier with the way technology has advanced. Either make something from the heart and send it over to her, or have something ordered and delivered online. Pretty easy and straightforward. Now, physical touch. Obviously, you can't actually touch them and be there physically. But in standard relationships, sex and intimacy falls under this banner. So just because you are long distance doesn't mean you should hold back until you see each other. Everyone still wants to feel sexually desired. Now, of course, the caveat to this is make sure you really do trust your partner here. But sending spicy pictures or engaging in phone sex or video sex can be a good way for you to still both connect in an intimate way, as well as getting certain needs and desires met. This also has the added bonus of having you level up your verbal game and your dirty talk. So the next time you're in person, the sparks will be even bigger. You may also learn something about how she likes to pleasure herself and more of her fantasies that you can use later on. So have fun with this as well. So my next question is this: can you do all that? Can you make long distance work? Once you know that, then it just comes down to knowing what to do when you are physically in person again. So check out my other videos for what to do then, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the description for more info and trainings from me.